Good afternoon, everyone. Jason here. Today is July 6th, and this is your aftermarket update. So it's been a few weeks since we've done one of these aftermarket update videos. The main reason for the delay in getting these videos out on a routine basis is that the summer, especially right now, are extremely busy time for me and my son. My son is a travel baseball player, high school baseball player. This is a picture of him in one of the recent tournaments, about to make a play on the ball. And we have a very busy schedule. If we are not going to practice, going to a hitting lesson, or actually playing games, then we aren't doing much else this summer, during the summers. And so this is a very busy time for us, and it is the reason why I find it difficult to come in and sit down and produce a video. We are winding down the season. We've got about 2 or 3 weeks left in this season, 3 weeks, I guess, and we will have played by the time this season over. He will have played about 75 to 80 baseball games. So it's like, as you can imagine, it is a very busy time for us. So it is the reason why it is the reason why we've had some downtime in terms of getting these videos out on a regular basis. But we're here today. I have started a new Top Step Trader $50,000 combine that began on July 5th. This is day 2, so I wanted to give you just a quick video update on how things went today. I want to talk to you a little bit about the CL trade that we took. I want to talk to you a little bit about our market maker levels, as over the course of the next few days, we're going to be talking about running another live training session on the daily on the market maker levels, and I kind of wanted to give you just an idea as a refresher on how they perform and what you look at. So let's talk about today's trading activity here. First of all, we have a couple of things here. The trade that we got into was not necessarily related to the market maker levels, but the market maker levels actually play a big role in what happens here today, and I'll tell you about that in just a few moments. So as we were looking here, one of the things that we look at is we have what we call the 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. swing zone, and that 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. swing zone is just what you might imagine. There is a time of day, and it is represented here by this blue area. And this is yesterday's example. This is a really good example. You had a move. Actually, you could probably come back here and say the move started back up in here, but really you went into some sideways choppy conditions leading into this blue area, where the market then fell from 47.51 down to the low at 46.33. That was a nice big drop on the day. As we go through into today, we were looking in that same time frame. In fact, as we entered into that zone, this actually was the perfect formation for what we look for. You had a nice bar up, a rally up. You had a nice green bar followed by a quick and pretty aggressive move to the downside. So the way that we got into this trade, and this is the trade of the day, by the way, we got into this a couple of different times. In fact, the trade right before we caught the winner actually was a small loser. And you'll notice that on the price ladder, as we go through this, you'll see that I did have a small losing trade leading into this particular trade. One of the things that we look for here, we look for what we call the 70.5% retracement. Really, it's the sweet spot between the 61.8 and the 78.6 retracement zone. And as you can see here, we're going to get in at 63. That's where the video is going to pick up, is as we get into here at 663. That was the short that we looked to take here, and then we were looking for a move. Let me drag this back over here. In fact, we'll come back here and I'll show you this. We were looking for a move here that would get us into a target that was a bit deeper. So I'm going to go here to pull up this chart here where I do some of the work for the website, and we'll come over here. And we will pull down the daily layout chart here. All right. And so if you look here on this daily chart, there is basically you had a descending triangle here. And if you go back here, you had, this is 45, I believe this is 45.83. Yeah, 45.83. You had 1, 2, 3 bottoms, and then again, you had it come down right into that zone here early this morning, and then we rallied back up to the bottom here. Now, this is in real time. What we were looking for on today's video, you'll hear me talking about that level on the triangle formation at 46.63 that we were looking to target down to that 83 zone, that bottom level down there. And that is the area that we were looking to target. So we had 2 contracts on. I took one off. I think I ended up getting it off around 15 ticks, and the next one went off at right around 35 or 40 ticks. 63 to 23, actually 25. Sorry, 63. And I took it off at 18. So 63 to 23 is 40 ticks, 45 ticks on that second contract, and that's where we ended up getting out. But what I want you to notice here, and this is where the market maker levels come into play, you would be looking for, after this formation here, you'd be looking for a first-time touch long at this daily structure signal, and the market comes all the way down. Didn't quite get down to the 83 level. It came down to 45.01, right to the daily structure signal here. And then because that occurred, and by the way, I had stopped trading on the day because I believe that I think I was up 85 ticks on today's trade. That was plenty of ticks here, and I didn't want to give anything back. But this is just another good, strong indication of the way that your market maker levels perform. The market maker level daily structure signal came all the way down, and then you would be looking for it to take out the daily structure target, or even higher, all the way up to the daily structure extension. That's what you're looking for here. So as the market rotates and begins to rally, it comes right into the daily structure target. And in fact, as the day progressed, it comes all the way up just about, see, that's 47.68 and 47.70 was your daily structure extension 1. So again, this is your market maker levels really giving you an excellent opportunity from 46.01 to 47.68. That's 167 ticks really straight up, and that lasted for the balance of the day. And so we took this portion out of the market here today, and then of course the bigger lion's share of the move came with that move down to the daily structure signal. Also, what you're going to see here on the ES trade today is you're going to see that we took a long off of the daily structure signal down here today. That's not the trade you're going to see. The trade you're going to see is the short that we took off the daily structure mid. So as the market rallies, it comes up, and then as we are getting into the short on the CL, you're also in that same blue zone here, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. swing zone. We come down into the daily structure mid, and that is where I look to get short. And it was a fairly quick trade right here off the daily structure mid, and then of course the market really falls all the way back down to the daily structure signal. So these market maker levels doing exactly as you would anticipate them doing. You go from structure signal to mid, couldn't get through it. You come back to the structure signal, could not reach the target down below, and so then you would be looking for the market to come into this daily structure signal and more likely into the daily structure target. And of course, it reaches, by the end of the day, it reaches all the way up into that daily structure target. So very similar format. You went structure signal to structure target on your market maker levels on the ES today. And this was a move from 206875 all the way up to 2091.5. So again, another very healthy, very handsome move there on the ES today. Also, obviously, we just had an event here. You had the API report just came out here on the CL. And let's turn your market maker level structure levels back on. So maybe you'd be looking for it to push up here. Maybe if you can't reach 48.23, you'll come back underneath. But there you obviously have some activity going on the CL. So again, that is where we were today. You can see here in the top right-hand corner that we did have just about 800 and let's see, that's about 84 and a half, almost 84.6 ticks on the trading today. So without further ado, I'm going to let you listen to the OTG trade of the day. It's about 35 minutes. And so again, as always, here is that OTG trade. 3 short 63 on the CL. 208375 short. Stop on the CL 76. 208375 short. Come on, back underneath it here. There's 63, 62. Come on, drive through it here. First target, 52. First target is 52 on the CL. Come on, 62, 61, 60, 59. Actually, you know what? If we break through this time, make that first target 43 underneath. 43 is the target. If we break through, we should be in good shape, but we'll see. Come on. But if we get down to 53 again and can't get through it, then I may be looking to short the daily structure mid here on the ES. Short 7.6 half, 7.6 quarter right here. Stop 7.8 half on the ES. Target on the ES 7.4 half is the target. That's underneath the structure mid here. 7.4 half. That's right here on the daily structure mid. Looking for both markets to push back down here. Come on, get underneath it here on the ES. There's 3. We've been to 4 ticks. Come on, keep pushing. Structure signal. Okay, you've got 7.6, 7.5, 7.5 half. You've got a little bit of liquidity long. Okay, there's 58, 57. Get through it here. Come on, 58, 57. There's 7 ticks. 6 ticks on the ES. Stop and break even. 7 ticks. Break even plus 1 on the ES. We were 7 ticks there. There's 7.4. Come on, get through 7.4 half. Come on, get through 7.4 half. There we hit but no fill. It's 7.4 half. 7.4 half again, hit but no fill. Target achieved on the ES. Now let's see if we can get through 54, 53. Stop here on the CL at break even. Come on, baby. Push underneath it here. There's 54. We need to break 53, 52. And you've got nice liquidity above you. The targeting down there to 43 is target 1. There's 55. If we could break through 53, 52, we're in good shape. 63 on the stop. $55. Come on, 54. Then 53. 53 reminding me of that 74 yesterday, right, where we would hit it, finally got through it. There's 53 and rejected again. So that was the short on the ES was the structure mid. As we began to hesitate there, we had that long wick up is why I got short there at the structure mid. And is why I got short. So we got to get through 53, 52 here on the CL. We hit 53 again, but just barely. Come on. Trail stop here at 63. Just having that 53 is now a triple bottom on your 5-minute chart. 53 is now a triple bottom. Let's see if we can get underneath and test it. If we break it, I think we'll be in good shape for that push down to our first target. But first things first, we got to get back down to it. 58, come on, 57, now 56, 55. There's 57. Come on, 56, 55, push through it. There's 57 again. 56, 55, now 54. We should get 54 to 53. We should get through 54 here. There's looking at the orders that are being filled there. There are some orders backfilling there a little bit. There's 54, now 53. We're filling that up better. There we go, 52. 51, 50. Let's go. Stop here at 58. Trail stop 58. You've got some liquidity down here trying to keep the floor underneath it. Go ahead and take one off at 53 if it comes back to it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put a buy stop here at 53. If it comes back up to 53, otherwise the target is 43 underneath. There's 48. Come on, 48, 47. Get through it. And then the other stop is 62. So if it comes back up, there's 48, 47. Come on, 47, 46. You know what? We're going to bring the first target up to 48. Actually, I'm going to take one off at 49, and then the other one's off at 62. So just right in this area. I don't want it to fool around with me too much. So now the trail stop is 62, and I'm going to look to add one. We're going to look to try to ride this down to maybe 45.83, which is that swing low down there. There's 48, 47. Bring the trail stop to 58 here. $47 and $46, you've got liquidity, volume stacked up long. Come on, let's push through it here. There's 47. Let's go 46, 45. Volume around this 46, 45 area. Okay, you've got revision mid at 43 now. Revision signal on the other side is down there at 18. And that may be all you get. Otherwise, revision target is 46.90, 45.93. 45, get through 45, 44. 45, let's go 44, then 43, 42. Bring the trail stop now to 53 for now. There we go. Come on. Now the swing low, recent swing low after the open was 25. Stop is 53 here. This is that 70.5 area. So you need a close now underneath the 43, that structure / revision mid down there. That would be nice. And then you'd be looking for a potential move down to 45.80. That would be an 83 tick move, I think. Would be an 80 tick move ish. So we'll see. Be nice if we could pull that off here today. All right, let's get through it. There's 39. Let's go 38, 37. And then deeper. There's 39, 38. Let's go. 63 to 53 to 48 on the stop for now. If we can break through 33, we'll be in great shape. Awesome, Peter. That's great. Yeah, that 70.5 will, generally speaking, you may have to bring this trail stop, by the way, back up to 53. Sometimes you have to monkey around with it like we did, right? It doesn't just tag it and go, although a lot of times it does. So we'll see if we could get a close in 10 seconds underneath 44.43. I hope that is the case. Liquidity long at 40. New 15-minute bar out right now. We did close underneath the structure mid and the revision mid. Any ad spots? 24. I'm not going to add, but if I were I to add, it would be somewhere between 24 and 19. But I'm not going to add to this. If 80 ticks, 60 ticks from right here would be nice, right? So I'm not going to add myself. But if I were to be inclined to add, it would be somewhere between 24, that recent swing low at 25, down to the couple of bars back at 22 to 19, somewhere in there. But I am not going to add here. I'm just going to hang on for the target at 80 underneath. Now, before that, you've got a revision signal at 19 and a structure signal at 0102. So you could come down into that. You may come down into that. So we'll see. May find support there. What I'd like to do is have this thing break into the 20 so I could bring the stop down around 38. That would be ideal. All right. Anyone else having sound issues? Sound okay? Let me know if you would. Just say sound is okay. If sound is okay for you. Okay. It seems like, oh, wow. Okay, there's 33, 32. Seems like the sound issue might be on your end, Eric. Just reset. Stop right now, 40. Stop right now, 48. Okay, we came down into the previous session low down there. We've been as deep now as 27. 80 is your target. Are you in Boise, Darren? Or someplace else? Man, but Boise's a cool place, by the way. 43 is the trail stop. Boise's a super cool place. You wouldn't think so, but it is. Boise's a super cool town. 43 is the trail stop here. Looking to run this down to 80. Yeah, Neil, it's a super cool town. Okay, we were as deep as 27. You'd like to get underneath the close underneath this 33. $28, $27. We've got to get underneath that recent swing at 25. Bring the trail stop down to 38, 80. So your target is, take a look at your trade plan here. Let me show you the trade plan. All right, bring this trail stop back to 43 for now, just 5 extra ticks. So if you take a look at the trade plan, here's the target. The target is the bottom of this structure on your daily chart, okay? The target is the bottom of this structure right here. That's the target down there, 45.83. Okay, that's the bottom of your that's the target. That's the bottom of the structure on your trade plan. So we've got to get through that recent swing. You've got a double bottom. We hit down to 23, but that swing is 25. Now you'd like a bar to close 33 or lower. 38 on the trail stop for now. May make it 43. Yeah, make that 43. I'm going to risk those 5 extra ticks to see if we can continue the push. Come on, finish the move here. Now it's herky-jerky. You've got liquidity all the way up to 40. So I like it's either going to go or it isn't. But either way, we're going to be to 43 would be 20 ticks. We're sitting back on top of the structure signal here on the ES. We came all the way out of the structure mid down to the structure signal. 103 short at 44. You know what? Bring this stop back 3 more ticks to 46. I'm trying to stay in this. Right? This is just a little bit of a bounce off the previous session low. And if it takes me out, it takes me out. But it's worth the few extra ticks to see if we can't get down to 45.83, which is where that structure point is on that descending triangle. Eight minutes until the bottom of the hour. Come on, fight your way back underneath this 33. That's previous session low. Now the long on the ES, Darren would be underneath you at the structure target at 2061 is where I would be looking to fade long again, is around 2061. There's 28.27. I know that's a ways away. 2061 though, maybe 2060 half. And I think you'll get a nice reaction off of that structure target. A little bit like you saw yesterday when we hit that structure target. You remember it came right down to it, went a tick past it, and then shot up 8 ticks just really with almost instantly. I think you'll get a similar type response today if it makes it that deep. So we just got down to 27. So we're having a hard time maintaining any traction below 33. Oh, 500 limit order short at 34. Stop here now, 39. 500 short at 34. Another 100 short at 05. It's either going to hold here or it isn't. Oh, there's 34. They just backed way away. So bring that back to 43 now instead. 43. Ha. So just lingering around the 33, which is the previous session low. I know I keep saying that. And if you look at these candlesticks here, we'd like to see a bar close 30 or lower here on this 15-minute chart. So at the 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. swing zone, you had You had the nice little setup that we like to see in that 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. swing zone. You had a nice green bar up and a nice heavy bar to the downside. So again, if you, let me look back here. Where are we here? 63 to 43 is 20 ticks. All right, so if you go up here to your SNR and you go to time zones, you can see that is the beginning of your 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. swing zone. A 100-tick move would take you down into our target down there, and that's the expectation level. So that is what we'll see what happens here, right? We'll see what happens. You've got point of control at 30. Point of control at 30. Still targeting down to that structure point down there at 80 to 83. Somewhere in that zone. Now, you may run into support first at 19 and 02. All right? And you may get a bounce off of that. And I may just end up protecting myself and getting taken out, getting shaken out before it finishes the move. Just because I'm in at a really nice place here. So I'm not going to give back crazy amounts trying to get down to it if we find support in those areas. So that's just what it is. $128 short at 44. Bring it back to 46 on the trail stop. 46 on the trail stop. $131. You've got an iceberg order at 36. And so my line in the sand right now is up there at 44. You've got quite a few orders stacked up, trying to provide resistance all the way up to 44. That's my line in the sand, if you will, is 44. We'll see if we can come underneath. We're making a series of higher lows here on the 5-minute chart. We've been to 22, 27, and now 30. 22, 27, and 30. So we need to break that trend here. We need to look to see if we can't break that trend. If you don't want to hold on to that long, it's your money, your account, do something with it, meaning that you can take it out. If you don't want to hang on to it that long, I get it. Not everybody likes to. That's not everybody's personality. It is mine. But it's not everyone's personality, and there's no shame in taking it off earlier than that, okay? So I'm just letting you know, do what you got to do. So, again, we need a breakthrough 27 to 26. Oh, boy. Figures, Merrick, right? Right when we're getting the market that's moving and we're kicking a little butt on it, that figures. So we got to get through 27, which is the previous low. And there's 26. Actually, was that the previous low? And see if we can bust through to the downside. Bring this trail stop down now to 38. There's 22. Get through 21.20. 22. Let's go. Did we hit 21 yet? Yeah, we broke that previous low down there at 21. Now 2019. Bring this trail stop down to 33. 1817. Now let's go. Remember, 19 is right here is the revision signal. Bring this down to 28 on the trail stop. Yeah, that's very possible. So we're looking down there around that 80 level, 83. Daily structure signal is here at the 0201 level. That could provide you with support there. Trail stop right now at 28. And you've got liquidity stacked against you at 11. So the revision signal, we just closed below it there at 19. That's perfect. Keep pushing. 16, 15. Bring this trail stop now to 23. That's 40 ticks to 23. There's 11, 10. Looking to target down there at 83. That's the target. 83 is your target. There's 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. Bring this trail stop down to 18 now. $83 is that structure on your trade plan that has been providing. That is the structure on your trade plan. Bring this stop to 16. You've got 324 long at 00. Trail stop here right now at 23. 40 ticks to 23. I'm going to give it a little bit of space. 83 is the target. That's the structure on that triangle that I showed you that's on your trade plan today. So it is 53 ticks, 54 ticks right here, positive. Let's go down to 18. Actually, we'll go down to 21 on the trail stop. 21 on the trail stop. 83 is your target. You're still a little bit of ways from home, but we've got, and you have 427 limit orders at 00. So, 50 ticks would probably be okay. Bringing that, if we hit 00, bringing it down, bringing it back to stop to 13, something like that. It may be all you get initially. You may want to rebound because there are a number of orders down there at 00 long. I don't want to risk too much of this. It is nice to have oil moving in the way that we expect it. You've got the daily structure signal at 02. So that could provide you with support. That's our market maker levels. And we were as deep as 04. So 07, you've got liquidity, volume at 07. So even though this is a nice move to the downside here, right? We know this is a nice move to the downside. Give me 2 seconds, guys. All right, so we're as deep. We've got volume. We were as deep as 04. We've got 07 here as an area where there is volume providing support. You have a little bit of liquidity up to 18. Not that interested. Yeah, we could have held those ES shorts, that's for sure. And if you're trading, if I'm not trading two lots, Peter, as you've seen me do before, when I'm not trading two lots, I'm trading four. I'll take two off at 2 points and then let the other ones run. But when you're at 2 points or two orders rather, he just kind of hamstrings you. It's almost like trading one lot on this CL. It just kind of hamstrings you a little bit. But, you know, it's still nice to know that the trade was good off of your market maker levels. There's 4608. And we've got some liquidity at 7, but the big liquidity is 01 and 00. You've got a new bar in 10 minutes here. So we just went through the bottom of the hour. You got a new bar in about 10 minutes. True, Neil. Also a good point. So there's 876. All right. So 4 is the swing, is the recent swing low. Bring this down to 18 now on the stop. You've got liquidity at 01 and 00. Top of the hour in 25 minutes. $114 long at 03 right now. $114 long at 03, $159 at 01, and $450 at 00. So we'll see if we can break through this. Yeah, Mark, I don't think he's saying it never does, right? But if you look at this from the big picture perspective, that's not much of a trend, right? If you look at this here just like this, there's not much of a trend going on here, right, in this particular instance, right? You're just kind of chopping around since the open. This is pretty much a range since the open. So, yes, it goes up and it comes down, but that does not make it a trend. Trail stop here at 18. There's 8.7. Just like another example here is oil is down $3 over the last 2.5 days. Oil is down $3. But in the big picture scheme of things, this is the same movement here, right? This is not a trending market. Even though the big picture moved from this low to here, but if you just come back and look at it from this recent time swing, that's not a trend. That's a sideways market. Even though it's down $3, it's still not trending necessarily. Stop here is 21. Oh, it got me before I could move it out at 18. All right. So you could see that I got snagged out. I was trying to move it back just a couple of extra ticks to 21, and really I saved myself an extra 3 ticks when I got snagged out there at 18 as it's trying to rotate back up. So again, a very good day here. We're on day 2 of this combine. We'll see what happens as we continue to progress through it. But again, as always, I want to say thank you for spending time watching the videos here at the Oil Trading Group. And until next time, I want to wish you good luck and good trading.